Let's talk about a name that just screams secrets, conspiracies, and, the great unknown, Area 51. For decades, it's basically been the epicenter of some of the wildest theories on the entire planet. So, what's the real story here? Let's dive in. Okay, so I want you to picture this. A huge, empty landscape, completely desolate, hidden behind mountains and guarded by this intense silence. This isn't just some random, remote spot. It's a place that was put there on purpose, set way, way apart from the rest of the world. And look, that is not an exaggeration. We're talking about a place with armed guards, constant surveillance, and warning signs that make one thing crystal clear. You are not welcome. The whole point is the secrecy. And here's the wildest part. For most of its history, if you asked the US government about Area 51, you'd get nothing. Silence. It was a ghost. Just a rumor. It took until 2013 for the CIA to finally formally go on the record and admit it exists. And of course, all those decades of denial just poured gasoline on the fire of public curiosity. So let's start peeling back those layers of mystery, right? Get to the hard facts. Where did this legendary place actually come from? Well, the story doesn't start with aliens. It starts with the high-stakes paranoia of the Cold War. So here's the official declassified breakdown. Area 51 was set up to develop and test top-secret aircraft, far away from any prying Soviet eyes. The most famous early project was the legendary U-2 spy plane. But it was also home to things like the A-12 Oxcart, a spy plane that could fly at Mach 3, and later, the F-117 Nighthawk, which was the world's very first stealth aircraft. This was literally where the future of aviation was being secretly invented. This timeline really puts it all into perspective. You see, the Roswell Incident back in '47 is what first got America totally obsessed with UFOs. But the base itself didn't even get started until 1955 for that U-2 program. And then it took until 2013 for the government to finally say, okay, yes, this place is real. That's almost 60 years of official silence. Just think about that. So all of this extreme secrecy, which was designed to hide spy planes from the Soviets, had this completely unintended side effect. It created the perfect breeding ground for incredible stories, and it transformed a military base into the heart of modern UFO folklore. And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's the one everyone asks. If the government was just testing its own secret tech, what's with all the eyewitness accounts of these bizarre lights and strange craft in the Nevada sky? Well, the answer is actually in the technology itself. Think about it. The U-2 spy plane flew way higher than any commercial plane at the time. The projects that came after, like the ridiculously fast A-12 Oxcart or the weirdly shaped F-117 stealth fighter, they just looked and moved in ways that were, well, totally alien. If you were a civilian on the ground and saw one of these things, it would truly be an unidentified flying object. You weren't seeing aliens, you were seeing the future of aviation. And this is how two completely separate stories got twisted together into one epic legend. So back in 1947, something crashes in Roswell, New Mexico. The military says, oh, it was just a weather balloon. But the conspiracy theories say, no way, it was a crashed alien ship. So the next logical question becomes, where would the military take the wreckage of a crashed UFO? In everyone's mind, there was only one possible destination, the most secret base in the country, Area 51. And that brings us right to the core of the whole Area 51 debate. You've got the official story, and then you have the legend. So let's put them side by side and really look at what's going on. So on one hand, you've got the reality, a super classified facility for building the next generation of military planes and weapon systems. And on the other hand, you have the legend, this huge complex of secret underground labs where scientists are supposedly reverse engineering alien tech and studying ETs. I mean, they're two completely different worlds. And it is so important to just state this plainly. After decades of books, documentaries, and eyewitness stories, not a single piece of verifiable, credible evidence has ever surfaced to back up the claims of aliens or crashed spaceships at Area 51. The stories are powerful, for sure, but the proof, it just isn't there. But here's the thing. Regardless of what's true, Area 51 has become something so much bigger than just a patch of restricted land. It's now a permanent part of our culture, evolving from a secret military base into a full-blown modern meme. This right here, this is the question that keeps all the conspiracy theories alive. If it's just about building new jets, then why the warnings about lethal force? Why the extreme, almost paranoid level of security, even today? Honestly, the answer is probably a lot more practical than it is paranormal. It really all comes down to maintaining a military advantage. I mean, in a world full of global rivals, the country that has the most advanced technology, whether that's stealth bombers, hypersonic drones, or something we can't even imagine yet, that country has the upper hand, and secrecy protects that advantage. It's as simple as that. And that very secrecy is exactly what's made Area 51 an icon. It's been a major plot point in huge blockbuster movies and TV shows. It's inspired tons of books and games. It even became a massive viral sensation with that whole Storm Area 51 internet craze. It's a place most of us will never ever see, but literally everyone knows its name. Which really leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? Is the secret hiding behind those gates simply the next generation of military hardware, something that absolutely has to be protected from our enemies? Or is there something more, something that we, the public, are just not ready for? Because in the end, that's the real story of Area 51. The government protects its technological secrets, and in doing that, it also protects the mystery. And until those gates are thrown wide open for all of us to see, that powerful, captivating mystery, well, that's what's going to endure.